from Witch Peacecraft. Welcome to today's video. It's sun shining. Yes, we had sunshine yesterday. We've got it today. Hopefully it'll last all day. After 2 weeks of torrential rain, flooding here and there, it is so nice to see the sun shining because unbelievably I suffered a great deal of anxiety during the raining part of the last 2 weeks because we came very close last year. The yard was flooded. It didn't get into the house, but we did lose the contents of 3 sheds. There were people in our suburb who lost their house. One house split in half. So yes, this year's rain and flooding made me quite anxious and concerned. But we've been fortunate. The flooding is a lot further south where it's really bad, about 400 kilometres south in Townsville. But the highway between here and the south has been cut in several places and flooded. So it's been very difficult for food trucks to get through. We've been fortunate in the sense that we have a chicken farm factory up on the tablelands that supplies a lot of the state with chickens. So there is some chicken available. There's been a few fruit and veg available from different farmers markets. And while I've been working, things been shopping around. So all that anxiety made me come up with this idea and today's video, the challenge. What is the challenge? Well, let's say you've been through like flooding or fire where you've lost absolutely everything. You have nothing. All your craft supplies have gone. They've just washed out to sea or burned up in flames or destroyed whatever way. You've got absolutely nothing. And you're on a limited budget because yes, you may have insurance, but believe me, insurance companies take a long time to decide and settle. The house next door to us is still vacant and not finished a year later. So what is my challenge? It is the charity shop challenge or thrift shop or Goodwill or whatever you call it where you live. We call them charity shops, or I do, or thrift shops. And the challenge is you have a budget of $10 to $15. That's all you can afford. And you need to do some crafting for therapy, whether it be crochet, knitting, diamond paintings, cross stitch. You need to do a bit of therapy while you're sitting around waiting for things to get sorted for your mental health. And it's a proven fact. Crafting will help your mental health through a difficult situation. So I've got some notes. So you've lost everything. You can only afford $10 to $15. $15 max in your budget. And I want you to go to a charity shop, thrift shop, Goodwill, wherever you can pick up some really cheap yarn that's been donated and buy all your equipment. Crochet hook, knitting needles, yarn, scissors, sewing needle. You've got nothing, so you need to buy them, and you've only got $15. Now look, if you have a dental floss in your bathroom bag, the cutter on a dental floss will act as scissors to cut the yarn. That's my tip for you. So you go into these shops and you buy yourself a little project. Now I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to piece together at the end of this to show you where I went and what I found. But you're going to need yarn, all your tools, fiber fill even. Now I've watched one challenge video where she bought an old toy that was in good condition, pulled it apart and used the fiber fill in that. So there's another tip for you. What I want you to do, if you can, get a receipt from where you bought it and take a photo of your receipt and your supplies. And then when you finish your project, take a photo of your finished project, send them all to me, and I will do a random prize draw at the end of our charity shop challenge to 2 people. How's that? I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do 2. So it starts today, and I thought we'd give you plenty of time to shop around for everything, and we'll finish it on Eastern Standard Time, 11:59, the 5th of April. That's quite a way away, and I'll do a draw and a slideshow. So please, when you send the photos, give me permission to show them in a slideshow on the 6th of April. So yes, the charity shop challenge is on. Because let's face it, if you spend $15 at a charity shop, they're going to be able to help someone else. And I can tell you now, our charity shops are getting hammered for clothes and bedding and all that sort of thing that's been washed away in the flood. Trucks are being packed up, and when they can head south with them, they're going south. Or we can donate cash. So, my videos. Well, my first charity shop, there's one across the road from me that I often, if I go over that way for a drink or a bite to eat, or to the Silly Sollies, which is nothing over $5 store, I'll wander up and have a look. Now, I haven't bought anything there for a while. Their yarn tends to be scrap yarn, and it's usually yarn that I've donated. They do have knitting needles and other things, so there may be a little video number 1 of that, but I didn't buy anything there recently. But in the past, I did buy some yarn. I bought this yarn. This is Karen Camo. It was out. I bought quite a bit of it. I made a hat and scarf, and I had some left over, so I've made 3 owls out of the scrap, 4 random acts of kindness with Rose, and I'm going to double dip because I'm going to submit them for the Kaleidoscope cowl with no catchy name Ella. So yes, you can check those out. All the links to those make-alongs that I'm going to be sharing these with will be in the description below. I'm going to leave these, bag them up with a little saying, and leave them probably in libraries. I think a wise owl in a library would go well. So I've got 3 that I made out of scrap yarn, Karen Camo, that I picked up at the first charity shop, probably maybe 2 years ago, can't remember. But because it's been raining so much and it's difficulty getting to places because of flooding, I went to a few other charity shops around my workplace where I could get to. So the second one I went to, is up near a shopping centre we could access that I go to quite a bit. And lo and behold, I found some yarn that I really liked. Now, I have never ever seen Red Heart yarn in a charity shop, not Super Saver. I once saw, like 5 years ago, that Baby Steps, and they priced it so expensive. It was dearer than it was to buy it in a brand new. But I went to this charity shop that I do go to quite a bit, and the ladies are lovely, and lo and behold, they had a brand new ball of Red Heart Super Saver in my favorite color. I think it's orange to me, but it's called Flame. Now, I will pay for this anywhere between $12 and $14 to get this up here from down south. This ball cost me $2 from a charity shop. The same charity shop, I use a lot of Four Seasons Spotlight Template. As you can see, they're very similar, and they had this black, which is a versatile color, and they sold this. It looks like they had it marked at $2 and then they changed their mind and made it $3. So there you go. 2 new balls of yarn for $5 from a charity shop or thrift shop. The other thing I found, and I have used some of this, it was full and unopened. This is like a chenille blanket yarn. It is fine, but I have made maybe 1 or 2 items with it, and it crochets really well. And these are normally $12 to $14 a bag. You can pick the mill ends up on special for $10, but I bought a brand new bag of this for $6 from the same charity shop. So there you go. $11. $11. 10. Wait a minute. 5, 11. Can't add up today. From a charity shop, and I have a heap of yarn. Now, with this in mind, because this is when I came up with why not do a charity shop challenge. There's a charity shop north of here where we do most of our weekly food shop near a big shopping centre. There's 2. And I go to them quite a bit because I find quite a bit of stuff there that I really like. So, first off the ranks, I found, and I know I shouldn't buy it, and the boys told me off, Marvel 8-ply, all new balls. Now these can be $4 a ball or $3 something a ball. There's 1, 2, 3 brand new balls and probably half a ball of green. And then there's this one here, which is Pure Wool by Motivera 8-ply. They're all 8-ply or 3-weight. I picked this bag of yarn up for $4 Australian. Now, the reason I decided I'd get this, because I don't really have a lot of these Marvel colours left in my stash. I have a lot of dark colours, and I thought it would help me use up the dark colours. So that was probably charity shop number 3. Also rummaging, my heart stopped and skipped a beat, because lo and behold, Red Heart Super Saver, 2.5 balls. Now there is some other scrap yarn in there, and that's usually what I will bag up and donate to the charity shop near me, because they do like having that scrap yarn. So it's Pretty in Pink, Red Heart. And yes, it's open. They don't smell. None of the yarns I have bought smell. And I really like that. And what did I pay for this bag? This whole bag was $3.50 Australian. Yes, it blew me away. I'll just be back in a sec. So I talked about fibre fill, and the reason I go to this charity shop, I usually find bags of fibre fill. The last time was a kilo bag for $3, barely touched. This time they must have got sus about the price. I got a kilo bag of fibre fill for $6. Same third charity shop I went to. Look, it doesn't smell. It's in really good condition. It's obviously been sealed up for a while, and they've written on it a kilo, and it was $6. So I spent $13.50 at a charity shop buying fibre fill and yarn. Now, the little videos I've taken will show you knitting needles, diamond paintings, crochet kits, all sorts of things. So, and crochet hooks. For the challenge, I will go and buy the rest of the equipment I need. I will work out of these ones which I'm going to use for a project, and then I'm going to show you my charity shop challenge project I've made. In the past, I have picked up, and it's still in the drawer, and I should make it, a complete crochet kit, everything in it, to make an owl. So you can make amigurumi. Just remember, your fibre fill comes out of that $15. Everything you use, $10 to $15. You are not allowed to spend more than $15. That's my rule. Remember, it's open worldwide. You have to be over the age of 18. All the usual YouTube rules apply to enter into the charity shop challenge. I think it'll be fun. I really enjoy rummaging and looking at charity shops. Thing is having day surgery today, and it's nothing serious. He'll probably be sore for a couple of days. And I did ask Reeves if he'd like to go for a drive up to the Tablelands if the weather stays fine. He can take photographs because he's a bit of a photographer of the waterfalls. And there are some really great charity shops up there where I have bought a lot of stuff. And I'm on a mission to support some charity shops, reuse donated yarn. Instead of keep buying new yarn and letting them manufacture more, let's use up what's out there and have some fun. Look, if you make plushies, you could find plushie yarn. You can find pretty much any type of yarn in a charity shop. I've bought the most amazing pure wool. Hang on a sec, I'll be back in a minute. I wanted to show you this. Now this is pure wool. It's vintage wool that was discontinued in 2010. It is Click Heaton Country Silk 8-ply, and it is London on. I think I'm trying to see how much was in it, because I did see it. 85% pure wool, 15% silk. Now I bought 2 balls. They've got Kmart, which is department store stickers, for $3 a ball. I bought them for 50 cents a ball. And out of the 2 50-gram balls, I have made a pure wool and silk slouch beanie. Look at that. That's just sort of a pattern that's stuck in my head that I make. I may put that for sale in my Etsy shop. Make sure you check out my Etsy shop and give it some thumbs up. That would be appreciated, because I've decided whatever I sell this for, the money I raise from this will go into my charity fund, which will probably help the floods this year. We'll probably be donating to flood appeals. But there you go. That is silk and pure wool. No smell. Beautiful yarn. Vintage yarn that was discontinued. So guys, see, you could have a lot of fun. And that's why I'm giving you to the 5th of April, because you got to get out there and shop around. Just not go to one thrift shop or Goodwill store or charity shop and say, oh, there's nothing out there. You really do need to shop around. Like, I'll go to the one where I found the red heart maybe once a month, and I always find something I like, and not necessarily just for crafting. I can find things for my garden. I found things that I use on my market stall, like props and things. So yeah, have some fun. Spend your $15 budget. That's the max you can spend at a charity shop. Buy a yarn, fiber fill, tools, and remember, you can always use a floss cutter instead of buying scissors. You'd be amazed. Some shops, some charity shops can overcharge. There is one up near a supermarket. It's sort of out of the way, but every time I go in there, I end up taking the yarn to the counter and saying, you're selling this secondhand yarn more expensive than it can be bought new. You need to look at your pricing. And everyone has said, wow, for a charity shop, they're really expensive, and they don't have a lot of traffic in there. So they need to look at that, because let's face it, they're there to raise money to help other people. And if everything is donated, their overheads have got to be a lot lower. And that's why I did say to the lady when I bought this, you really should price this a bit more. And she said, oh, we always worry it won't sell. And I said, look, I gave them $5. I'll be honest. It had $2 on it, and I felt really guilty. And I gave her $5 for this one because I just felt it was worth it, considering I have to order it in, pay postage, everything. Guys, I hope you jump on board with the challenge. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to have a go. Even if you're not a great success at it, at least you've had some fun and done something a little different and spent your money to enhance your mental health and to help other people, because that's where the charity shop money goes, to help other disadvantaged people. So that's pretty much it from me today. I may do another video, I don't know. I just have to wait for the message from the hospital to say he's ready to be picked up, which will be later today. Guys, please join in the fun. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you've ever done thrift shopping, charity shopping, Goodwill, let me know what your best buy was. Truly, you'd be amazed at what you can find if you take the time to shop around, and remember to reuse items rather than keep buying new. And when you've lost everything, you need something to lift your spirits. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, and get out there charity shopping for some great crafty products. Bye for now.